Let's go to our forecast. I said earlier, 69 degrees, not bad, feels good. Dew point drops some down as well.
Yeah.
Still, though, the rain's going to be hard to find over the next couple of days.
We could use some rain, and you'll be shocked to see we're in one of the longest dry streaks of the year right now.
Really?
And really nothing foreseeable in the future that could end that unless we get a little bit of drizzle. What's next? Well, we're going to see more clouds tomorrow. Still no rain. If anything, we're going to see a warmer weekend as we go into next week. The first week of October is looking pretty warm by October standards as temperatures go back up. Here's the dry streak. So these are the longest dry streaks of the year so far. Our longest was back at the end of June into July, ended on July 4th. But right now, we're currently in the midst of the second longest dry streak of the year. It started back on the 18th till now. But also notice our two other dry streaks here in the top four. One was in late to mid-August. The other one was in late August to early September. So the last 2 months, we have not had a lot of rain in the Charlotte area. That really bodes for all of the Western Carolinas. Now, tomorrow, there will be more clouds around, and temperatures will be noticeably cooler, generally in the mid-70s. Notice, boom, we do have a small chance of rain. That's mainly going to be drizzle or mist, which I'll show you here in a minute. We've got this easterly flow, which is pushing in clouds. And anytime we get that, sometimes the upslope into the mountains can produce a little bit of drizzle or mist. So Blowing Rock, Linville Gorge area, Jonas Ridge, boom, probably going to see a little bit of rain. You can see that right there on the eastern facing slopes tonight and tomorrow. But again, it's probably going to be more that misty stuff. I wouldn't even count it as rain. It's just going to be kind of damp. For most everybody else, it's dry. We're not going to see enough to amount to measurable rainfall, maybe a trace at best, which will keep that dry streak going. But we're not too far away from that first frost or freeze. As we go into the weekend, October starts this weekend, the mountains on average, you would see your first frost or freeze by the 5th of October. By the time you get down to the Piedmont, it's really late in the month, right before Halloween. So we're not too far away from probably talking about the first frost or freeze. The problem is there just isn't any sign of it right now, and there isn't much sign of rain. This is the 5-day rainfall forecast. You could see good luck finding rainfall here in the next 5 days. So that's why I think we're going to end up with the longest streak of the year with dryness coming up here in the next week or so. There's Tropical Storm Philippe, going to probably dissipate as it moves towards the Caribbean. We now got a 90% chance of our next system, which would be Rena on the list. That's the next name. And maybe as soon as tomorrow morning when you wake up, you can see our list of names here. That's our next name, and likely that one will stay out to sea as well, as we're still in the midst of our hurricane season. What's going to happen over the next 7 to 10 days? Big ridge. This looks like a summer pattern here of the eastern half of the country. So really warm and dry conditions. So really no sign of cool weather and no sign of wet weather right now. So looks like more of late summer as we go into early October. It's still going to be in the low 80s, which is way above our average high in the mid to upper 70s. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast first from Guy Roofing. Temperatures slowly getting warmer, back near 80 this weekend. October 1st, around 78 degrees on Sunday. But then look at next week, low to mid 80s. It might not be until next Friday that we see our next chance of rain. And by then, you're talking about the longest dry streak in quite some time.